Did you know that the average child's attention span is like 29 seconds, right? And the average adult's is 8 seconds. Let that sink in. You care so deeply about not embarrassing yourself, not saying anything stupid, making sure people don't pay too much attention to you. All of that because you think people are going to remember what you did. Genuinely. The person with an attention span shorter than a goldfish is going to remember that you said something dumb. Let me tell you a story real quick. Okay, so basically, I was like playing outside. It was a few years ago. And I had a jacket, right? So I wrapped it around my arm to make it sort of like a hand cannon, whatever. And I started charging at my like group of friends. And like this was a busy area. And I ran full force at them while yelling at the top of my lungs like a war cry. I was trying to be like the Terminator, I think. But anyway, I was running as fast as I could. And then the floor that I was on, or like the dirt, it was muddy, right? And it had rained previously. So as I was running, I slipped and absolutely face planted straight into the dirt. And because I was yelling so loud, I drew so much attention to myself. Everybody watched me fall, face first, into the dirt. And of course, what do you think happened? People giggled, people laughed. And I felt so embarrassed. This is it. My life is over. Guess how many people even looked at me differently the next day? 0. Nobody commented on it. No one cared. Even when I brought it up, they were like, oh yeah, back to work, back to schoolwork, back to playing video games. Nothing had changed. See, social anxiety, honestly, is like such a psyop. Like, it convinces you everyone's always looking at you 24/7, the imaginary audience. No one cares. Literally, everybody is too concerned with themselves. Like, think of life like a video game, right? Now, every level is like a reset. And that's the same thing with every day, okay? Like, stay with me on this. Every single day. Like, you probably have a pretty like normal routine if you're in school or in work. And every single day is the same. So it's kind of like the day resets each time. So to think that everybody is going to remember that you said that, I don't know, abortion is... I'm not keeping that. So to think that people are going to remember that you, I don't know, your voice cracked in a weird way, or you like had a bit of snot on your nose. People, it's a brain trick, really. Your mind is playing games with you. I remember another time, this one kid, like there was a video of him, like he got dunked on basically in basketball, and like his face was right in the kid's knee. Like, it was embarrassing. And of course, people commented on it. It was everywhere on the day of school. Like, everyone's like, yo, dude, have you seen this? It's hilarious. Guess how many people remember the next day? How many people talked about it the next day? 0. It was like it never happened. So the idea that, again, people care about what you are, what you're doing, what you say, it doesn't matter. It's a psyop in your mind. Doesn't exist, okay? I remember one time in class, I had been like called up to say something. It was an answer to a question. And the response was money, right? So I had one of the worst voice cracks ever. And my voice was being projected to everybody in class. So instead of it being money, right? It was money, right? No, honestly, I can't even recreate it. That was better. No, but it was bad. That's what you need to know. I was so embarrassed. Even my friend sitting next to me was like, he knew what had just happened and he was feeling bad for me. Guess how many people, okay, obviously people heard it. Like, I'm not gonna like say that nobody knew it existed, but it was out of people's minds just like that, because the next stimuli, the next piece of information was added to it. So they're not gonna remember one insignificant thing that wasn't even about them, okay? And the same thing with you. Like, can I ask you, do you remember something dumb that happened 5 days ago, to somebody that you know. Now, I'm sure that maybe if I were to ask you that, then now you start racking your brain thinking, oh yeah, Kyle did eat that ladybug poop off the floor, but aside from that, you're not gonna remember it. And I don't know if you guys can see that, but I have like a phone call coming in right now, which I'm going to ignore, which hopefully was not like, I don't know, an emergency telling me that the world is ending. Anyway, this is quite all over the place, but you understand what I'm trying to say, right? The key to killing social anxiety is the mindset shift, to understand that people don't care, and that, of course, I know you've heard this a million times, but okay, wait, let me close this. The past is immutable. It is something that cannot be changed. So the energy that you spend thinking about awkward or cringe moments that you had in the past is energy wasted. It's something that cannot change, something that doesn't help you, so there's no point in thinking about it. And I know I'm being blunt, but it's the truth, I believe, and you need to accept that. But I'm not saying that this is going to make you instantly some confident, amazing, charismatic guy. But confidence is something you can grow. And the same way that you only level up in a video game when you face the challenges and beat them. Same thing with social anxiety. The more that you face it, the more you do steps to curb it, the less and less it can hold you back, and the more you grow. So I guess a little step-by-step action thing here. Start small. Let's say that you only speak to 2 people every day. Then make it a point to ask somebody how the weather is. Or, okay, that's so like 1990s. Honestly, now you can just, I don't know, ask for the time. You ask for the time from a stranger today, or somebody that you see sometimes. From there, you've already made progress. Now the next day, you ask a different stranger, maybe 2 this time. Step by step, every day, you ask 2, 3, whatever you're comfortable with. This is like exposure therapy. The more you do it, the less scary it gets. And this is just my off-the-cuff idea. Okay, you don't need to do this word by word, step by step, but what have you got to lose, really? So, I hope this was helpful. It was more like a half rant, half advice, but what do you expect? Okay, it's me. All right, and if you want any questions answered about how you can do this more effectively, then send me a message on Instagram. DM me curtains. I've decided that's gonna be my thing, curtains. If you DM me that, then I'll know you need my help. So, see ya. Remember, take action, learn from failure.